End of Demons turn 3. Reserves. The Bloodthirster came in, and so did the Soul Grinder. Plague Bearers are just camping it out in the reserves. But movement, the Bloodthirster landed about right there, dead on, and the Soul Grinder also hit dead on. The Bloodthirster then in the shooting phase ran up to about there. The Bloodthirsters moved up and then ran in the shooting phase. The Blood Crushers moved up in the movement phase. The Flamers jumped from over there to right there. These Flamers moved from here to there, and I actually need to... That guy's got a wound. The Screamers moved over. And I believe that was it, actually. The Plague Bearers are still camping on our point. In the shooting phase, the Flamers right here flamed into this infantry squad and killed 8 of them. They passed their morale test, however. These two Flamers shot into the infantry squad, and one with its warp fire clipped the Punisher. However, they did absolutely nothing. Then other shoot. No, that was it for shooting. In the assault phase, the Blood Crushers assaulted the 2 Lehman Russes, and managed to explode this one, which did no damage, and then wreck this one. And then the only other assault. Oh, I'm sorry. The Soul Grinder shot in the shooting phase at the Vendetta, but then managed to do nothing. It just scattered off with its Strength 8 weapon. And then the other assault was the Screamers into this big tower. They managed to get 3 pins in, and then managed to explode the building with the 3 pins. The company command squad on top was forced to leap down to disembark. And because this battlement was occupied, they had to leap down here, and unfortunately were unable to place any of their models without being within an inch of me, so they were all removed as a casualty. So that was it for my turn. We'll be back at the end of turn 4 for the IG.
All right, IG turn 4. A lot of destruction here. Movement, not a lot of things happened. Movement, these guys kind of moved to get line of sight here. So did those guys. And these guys, and then the Vendetta gunship kind of moved over, still in hover mode. And then this tank kind of rolled over to get better line of sight with these, with this flamestorm cannon. Shooting, this squad here, the squad that's inside of the walkway, and the squad that's on top of the walkway, all shot into this unit here, or these 2 guys here. Or actually to the Flamers. And managed to kill one and put a wound on another one. These guys here accepted the order and shot at the Screamers and killed all but one and left them with 1 wound. Other than that, and then these this heavy weapon platforms took out a wound, or put a wound on one of these Flamers. On this side of the board, we kind of left the demon, the greater demon, alone, and I know that's going to come back to bite me. We kind of focused on the Soul Grinder there and these blood letters. Just combination of fire from that, this here, the Hellhound, and the missile there. All fired there, took out 2 hull points there, and it snapped firing. And left 3 blood letters there. So we're back with Demons turn 4.
End of turn 4 for the Chaos. In the movement phase, my Plague Bearers automatically came in, rolled a direct hit, just trying to grab the point. The Flamers from over here jumped over to try and flame the veterans. This Flamer jumped from there over there, again to flame the veterans. The Screamer moved from here to about right here. The Bloodthirster moved from where it was at over here to get into combat with the Vendetta. The Bloodletters moved up, and the Soul Grinder actually just stayed put. But in the shooting phase, The Soul Grinder took a pot shot at the Hellhound and scattered off. He's been pretty much pointless this whole game. Oh, I'm sorry. Movement. Blood Crushers moved up to the heavy weapons team. This unit of Flamers flamed into the veterans and caused 5 wounds. This Flamer flamed in and did another 3, so they're down to 2. They passed their morale. Then in the assault phase, the Flamers both attempted to get in here. The net result of that was I took a wound over here from Overwatch and didn't make it. The Blood Crushers with Skull Taker assaulted the heavy weapons team and decimated them. The Screamer made his assault into the Hellhound and with his 4 attacks managed to wreck it. The Bloodletters attempted to assault into the 3 heavy weapon platforms over here and failed to get there and lost 2 in the Overwatch phase. And then the Bloodthirster had no problems making it in with the Vendetta, and with the combination of his impact hit and his regular hits, he blew it up, I think, a total of 4 times. So that was it for turn 4 Demons. We'll be back at the end of turn 5 for the IG.
All right, IG's final turn here. Movement, these guys just moved to get better line of sight on the Flamers. That unit moved to get better line of sight on the Flamers, and the unit that was inside the walkway also came out. And the veteran squad kind of shifted over. And that's actually it for my movement. Shooting, all these 3 units pretty much shot at the Flamers, killed them. Veterans shot at the Flamer, killed them. And then these guys here shot everything they could at those there, took out 2 guys. Yeah. This guy committed suicide.
With his plasma gun.
With his plasma gun, got hot. And the guy up here, he kind of faltered on his morale and killed himself, decided to commit suicide also like the other guy on a plasma. Actually fell 2 double ones on his plasmas. But he did save 1 and failed the other one. And there was a medic, I did feel no pain, but he still died. Here, these guys shot at the Lonely Blood Letter, just single guy, and I figured he needed to die. And that was it. So we'll be back with Demons, turn 5.
End of turn 5 and last turn for the game. Demons, in the movement phase, the Blood Crushers got closer to this bunker annex. The Plague Bears moved up to get closer to the veterans that were holding the point. The Screamer moved over to get an assault on the heavy weapons team, and the Bloodthirster did the same thing. And the sorry, I was about to call him a Tyrannosaurus. He's not. He's a Soul Grinder. Moved over to take a pot shot with his phlegm over here. In the shooting phase, my only shooting attack did nothing because the Soul Grinder's useless. He scattered, I think, off the table
6
again.
inches.
But in the close combat phase, the Plague Bears wiped out the 2 remaining veterans without taking any wounds, and then consolidated back onto the point. The Blood Crushers assaulted this building and actually managed to blow it up. The infantry squad on top had to jump down again, and 2 of them died from dangerous terrain. Then the Screamers and the Screamer and the Bloodthirster assaulted into the heavy weapons teams. The heavy weapon teams overwatched and killed the Screamer, but the Bloodthirster ran in and managed to uber kill the unit. But that's it. Game's over. Demons are holding 2 points. Final score is 7-8-1. The Imperial Guard got first blood, but I got Slay the Warlord for the company commander on top and Line Breaker. So it's a total of 8-1. Victor, good game. We'll be back in just a second with some tactics.